there's a beautiful song that I want to share with you just for the first uh, verse, and I hope that it resonates with you. Someone once asked, if only you knew how short life could be, what would you do? What would you say when God called you home? What would they engrave once you were gone? I hope they would see what I've done in my life, who I cared for, and how I survived. I hope they say she loved more than anything else. She loved with all of her heart. She loved everyone she believed in. She loved. Oh, she loved. This song to me is so poignant, so very now, so important. The way we live our lives. Are we just living for the sake of living without planning, without looking ahead? It is so comfortable. And I'm getting goosebumps right now as I'm sharing this. It is so comfortable for us to get into the rhythm of one day rolling into the next, getting up, getting ready for work. Sometimes, if we're very unfortunate, we're looking at the clock and waiting for perhaps 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever your time off is, looking for that time. And sometimes we're at the punch clock before you need to be at the punch clock. Don't squirm or don't be mad. You know that I'm right. So, my prayer is that I'm able to encourage a few of you to live with a goal in mind. We're not here on earth just to pass the time. But I know listen, it's not the plan for us to do that. But because we let one day roll into the next, that is precisely what we get. And there's this old adage that says, if you plan to prepare, you plan to fail. And many of us don't prepare. We don't plan. So please consider, what will they say when God call you home? What will they engrave on your tombstone? Now, for the most part, as some of you might know, whenever you hear a eulogy, seldom do we hear the truth, right? We are just able to hear, for the most part, all the flourishing things, the wonderful things that this person, did. But we know that that's not often the truth. We're flawed individuals. For me, I appreciate the sending off of somebody where the truth is what it is. You can speak the truth and do it in love, you know, but to have people lie on your behalf to make it look good, sound good when you're gone, that is not authentic. And so when we pass from this earth, wouldn't it be beautiful to hear people speak about you in truth? If you were this way or that way, you want it to be said. And hopefully you're surrounded by people who love you, or who've, had that opportunity to meet with you and gotten to know you for who you truly are. Life is so precious. Don't spend your time trying to fit into a mold of somebody else. Aren't we so uniquely beautiful? One of the things that I love is walking somewhere, going somewhere, and overhearing someone speaking and just catch a glimpse of that Guyanese accent. I'm Guyanese, or wherever you happen to be from, you're probably with the same mindset, perhaps, just to hear someone with an accent similar to yours. For me, it is beautiful just to see someone or to hear someone sounding just like you, with perhaps some of the same, you know, experiences of streets and places similar to yours. And here we are in, oh, Canada, right? Let us live a life that's full, but also one not just full, but full of good things that could be said of you. I remember listening to uh, someone speak about Martin Luther King Jr. and speaking to the fact that he had said at some point that we are to be proud with however and whatever we do in our lives. So much so that if we happen to be someone who sweeps the street for a living, by golly, let that street be the best, well swept street around, you know? So you want to be able to do your very best with your whole being, to give your best to the world, to give your best to the people around you, and to make a difference rather. Live your life so that at the end of your days, when they're doing a eulogy for you, when they're putting your headstone on and want to know what to say, everything will be exactly as you have lived your life, with no regrets, no shame, and definitely not for someone else, right? You know, sometimes, as you've heard probably, we sometimes reduce ourselves to nothing or to little because we're thinking, this person is thinking that about me, this person is thinking this about me, what if they said that about me? Only to find out those people weren't even thinking about you. Right? So we get caught up in our headspace. Let's appreciate who we are and do the very best that we can for the world, so that at the end of our lives we can say that we lived, and lived fully, and die with a smile on our faces, where we are relaxed. It is said that the mortician is able to tell how this person ended their last, moments, whether or not they're all tight and such, or if the body and such is just relaxed. They can tell. I don't know about you, but I want to be able to live my life authentically, beautifully, flawed, but still progressing, you know, but all Aisha. There's only one you. People could try to uh, portray who you are, right? Imitate you, but there's only one you. So be the best you that you can be. The best. And if the best you is what you're putting out there, if that's all you can do, then that's all you can do. But let it be all you can do. What will they say when God call you home? Oh, what will they engrave? Let it be something beautiful. Let it be well said, and let it be all you. Let it be said that you loved with all of your heart and you put everything into what you had to do. She loved with all of our heart. God bless and keep you. This is Aisha Motivates. I love being a difference maker. Check out my channels there. Check out my Etsy, where I've got handmade, beautifully created journals. If you have been finding any of my work interesting enough that you find yourself, listen, there are times when I go back and I listen to myself on my channel and I am enwrapped. And I don't say this to boast, I don't say this to brag, I don't say this to impress you, but to impress upon you and hope that you feel, though some of you might not know me, that this is my gift. And we are all blessed with gifts. How are you using yours? How are you spending your time within your gift? It is my desire that all of you look into yourself and see how you can make a difference in this world. Many of us are working 9 to 5, 3 to 11, whatever time you might be working, but you know you have this calling of something that you can do. And listen, when you can do something, when you could find yourself in a career space where you just radiate joy, smiles, energy, knowing that you're doing what you're called to do, that's called a sweet spot. And if you have something that you can share with the world, look into it. 2025, look into what natural gift God has blessed you with. It is time for you to monetize that, where you can support your family, you can support yourself, and you can know that you're making a difference in the world. This is why my work as a life coach and a motivational speaker is the best thing that I can think of. I love making a difference in people's lives. I love motivating people. And I've spent many, many years doing just that. Now God has called me into a space where I can do this for a living, with love, purpose, and beautiful, life-changing experiences. Check out my information. If this is not for you, it's for somebody. So I encourage you to share it, like, and I'm looking and praying that you will put some support into my presentations towards you to encourage and uplift you and help me get to 500 subscribers. Yes, you heard me. And listen, all of you watching this, I know you know enough people that if one reach one, it is not difficult. And I thank you in advance. Junk journals for you, my handcrafted journals. They're so beautiful. Check them out. It's so important to journal. Not only does it gives you an opportunity to share what's on your heart, but it helps you to relieve stress. It helps us to think clearly when we're moving from here, from pen and onto the pages. But not only that, my journals are blessed because I am blessed. And they're just beautiful, and the pages aesthetically pleasing. I just want to thank you. And I love being a blessing. I pray that you can feel my heart being shared with you. My messages, they're for someone. And I pray that they're uplifted right now in Jesus' name. You are blessed. You are worthy. You've got a gift inside of you, and you've been letting it sit for far too long. I'm getting goosebumps because you're watching this right now. You're not too old. You're never too old. Don't forget good old Colonel Sanders in his 50s started his business. It sunk and then he went back at it again. Now everybody's eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're all blessed. You're never too old. You've got a gift. You've got something that somebody wants. God bless you. Bye.